Okay, so the next presentation is from one of the leading module maker, JS Solar. We have Ignacio Espinosa, who is head of European technical team at JS Solar, and he is going to talk on ensuring quality and reliability, designing PV modules for long-term solar performance. Ignacio?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for introducing me. And well, yes, thank you also for this opportunity to talk about this topic, which is really important always. I was going to say nowadays, but it's not important nowadays, right? It's always important to keep an eye on the reliability and the quality. But it's true that nowadays we can be like living some kind of challenges on those regard, because we are introducing new technologies, and in the meantime we are also living a moment of let's say the biggest capacity or the biggest amount of modules produced in the history, which is also helping the industry to be more competitive, but it's also a request from the industry to reduce the cost and be more competitive. And it is something that may concern the users, right, about how the reducement on the cost may impact on the quality, right? So here I will try to give you like the point of view of a manufacturer, which is similar because to our colleague Steven, right? But it's part of the same aim, right? The same goal, but from a different perspective, right? So you will see how we are sharing the same view and collaborating together with these entities, with the PI Berlin or other entities that are helping us to meet the customer's request, right? So I will briefly talk about JS Solar, not because I'm interested on explaining the company, but just because the characteristic of our companies are really linked with the quality and the reliability. So I will go through these ideas, and later in the third block, which is really the topic for today, I will go with all the insights about the quality and requirement, right? So not talking about the company, just to let you know how the quality and the reliability, it's linked with our history, right? We are here since the beginning of this industry, the PV industry. More than or almost 20 years on the market. It's a long-term company. So that's like a first idea that I would like to fix over you, right? And it's like something that the quality and the reliability, it's really linked with the success of the company, right? Or remaining stable and remaining leading an industry which of products which have a lifetime of 30 years, right? So sacrificing the quality in the beginning of the lifetime of these products, it's something that it's impossible to keep your quality and your brand in the head of this industry, right? So that's the first concept that we need to fix. The second one is accumulating more than 200 gigawatts. It is giving us like a real view of how our products are performing or their behavior in different environments all around the world, right? And that's another of the figures that you can see here, right? Our products, they are working and in operance all around the world, and it is giving us the chance to understand how we can improve them to ensure the quality and their reliability, right? The other point, which is crucial to keep the quality and reliability of these products, it's to control the whole supply chain, right? So from our starting in the industry, we were starting doing sales and understanding deeply the technology, and later we integrate the rest of the steps for being vertically integrated and control the whole supply chain, which is giving us a profound knowledge about the technology, controlling the raw materials, which would be like the first step, as we will see later, to control the quality, and also controlling the process, right? Controlling all the manufacturing process. You can control the quality, also you can control the cost, which is the other concept, and you can control also the production capacity depending on the demands of the market. Something that we are now showing, and it's also, well, it's related with the vertical integration and it's related with the requests from the market, and is that due to our vertical integration, we are fully traceable, okay? And it's something that we have been working now for more than 3 years. We can see like this is coming, like becoming a mainstream, okay? And we are completely prepared to be able to trace the whole supply chain of our models, right? Okay, so briefly, really brief, going to the technology. What is going on the quality and the reliability? This industry, I always say the same, right? We are old and young, right? And the meantime, right? It's a young industry in terms of 20 years, but we are old because we have been working over different technologies, and it is moving really fast, right? So that's another challenge because you are realizing when you are making a movement or a more or a different technology with more efficiency, we are using different materials and we are finding challenges, okay, in the road. Now we are living the era of the TopCon, and we are finding now how the TopCon behavior against different stress tests, as Stephen was mentioning before, the behavior is different, right? And that's why it's challenging for us to change so fast, and the market is moving so fast. So we need to really be on top of that, right? Now we are working with the TopCon, or we can say in a TopCon era. I am including here a chart where you can see the yellow part. It's for the TopCon, and the other the other colors, they are different technologies that, by the way, we are always considering them. We do not see them as mature as the TopCon, but they will have a chance, right? As you can see, they will have a market share. So where are we going? Where are we now in a TopCon era? And this is what from JA Solar we are doing, because we are always matching what the market is demanding. Last year we were producing the 30% of our capacity. It was dedicated to TopCon, and the 70% it was PERC. This year it's the opposite, because the demand, the global demand, it's exactly those numbers, right? 70% for the TopCon and 30% for the PERC. Next year it's 100%. I mean, PERC will be phased out, right? Nowadays, we have still some PERC availability in our portfolio, but it's mainly different families of different number of cells, which are trying to cover all segments, right? And all based on the TopCon technology, which we see it as the mainstream, right? What we can see in the future, it's an opportunity for other technologies like back contact. Is always in our view, okay, in the future, but we do not see it as major as it needs to be competitive, right? We found more interesting perovskite or even tandem cells using TopCon technology, among other possibilities, right? Looking at our portfolio, just to mention that we have solutions for all segments, right? For residential, commercial, and industrial, we have really interesting products. The 54, which is really a mainstream in the market, a new 60D42, which is reaching 530 watts. Okay, really interesting for this segment, commercial and industrial. 72D40, which is still having 2.27 meters length, which we see still a mainstream in the market. And the big ones for utility scale reaching 620 and 640. And I would like to mention that we are also starting to work with biggest modules, okay, using or reaching 700 watts. We have been always defending the 1.13 width of the modules, okay, because we consider that's more suitable for the general designs of the projects, but we still see how there are opportunities or chances for the big or wider modules in certain conditions, right? And it is also linked with the quality, because one of the problems that we saw in these modules for, let's say, demanding sites in terms of wind, for example, is that these wide modules could be like not resisting the wind blows as better as thinner modules, right? In terms of the width, which could be like more reliable, okay? Well, looking at the at the future technologies that we can see, we have also products about floating systems. Okay, we are also launching the monofacial N-type product, which is especially linked with the quality because we found a challenge there. Last year, I was here speaking in this same event, and I was explaining how the backseat was treating the degradation of the N-type products, and now we have already reached a special BOM with special components to avoid this top cone degradation. Other improvements that we are including is, for example, the zero busbar technology that we are implementing in our products by the end of the year. And later I will explain, because it is also related with the quality or how we are facing this challenging moment of low cost, right? We all know how the market is moving and the prices. And that's also something that is concerning the users in terms of how is it impacting on the quality. These kind of actions are the way to face this new era, right, of lower cost. It's increasing the efficiency of the modules, but not sacrificing the quality. Okay, later I will explain why. So entering into the main point of today's webinar, how we, from a manufacturer's perspective, are ensuring the quality. Okay, so, well, you can imagine the amount of resources, if not, I can tell you, okay, the amount of resources that we are investing on our quality, it's a huge part of the total budget in our manufacturing process, okay? Why? Basically because we need to guarantee these products for 30 years, okay? So definitely it's a no, we cannot sacrifice quality at any price, okay? It's something that even in this moment with lower cost or lower prices in the market, we always keep an eye on the quality and maintain exactly the same level that we had, okay, in other moments. So how are we doing? We have a whole plan, which is the quality control plan, okay? It is something that have been evolutioning in the last years, or always evolutioning, right? It's dynamic. And it's something that we do by standard, okay? In all of our products, we are implementing this quality control plan, which is composed upon a lot of steps, okay? Here I would just mention the big blocks, which is checking the incoming material inspection. It's not checking, it's not only a visual inspection, okay? It's something that we are doing with the steps, applying all the knowledge that we know in this industry, right? So it's checking the cells, the backseat, the encapsulants, the glasses, all the equipment, all the bill of materials, all elements we are checking. Manufacturing equipment, how the machines needs to be calibrated by third parties. All the flash testers with the pattern traceability plan, right? So we are continuously or regularly based calibrating our flash testers to keep the level of accuracy in the place that it should be, right? The soldering machines, they are critical also for certain defects that could emerge from an improper soldering calibration machine. The manufacturing process check-ins, well, probably this is the most touchable part, right? Because this is what we are reading in the reports, how we are doing the IV test, the EL, lamination. All of this, it's something that we do over our whole production, okay? And later in the packaging stage, there are also steps, okay, of quality. So every single step that we do over our materials first and our modules, it's controlled by a whole plan, which is implemented in all of our factories, okay? Further than this, something that we can do also, not what we do, okay? It's the EL and visual inspection, okay? We do 100% of EL of the modules, okay? You know that the EL, it's able to check hide defects inside the modules, right? So we do before the lamination and after the lamination over the 100% of the module. We are using IA, okay, to analyze all the defects, and we are using our own defect catalog to check it. This defect catalog, which is these images that you can see in the middle, it has been evolutioning since the beginning, okay? And it is implementing all kind of defects, and with all the new effects over the manufacturing that we can see, for example, the number of bus bars that you are using, it's depending on how you can check the EL or the results of the EL over your models, right? So you need to keep an eye on always having a reliable defect catalog to trust on, okay? Further than this, we do 100% of visual check-ins, 100% of EV tests, and of course, isolation, right? Some examples here that you can see pictures. This is all test of incoming material, okay? So just checking the glass here, as you can see, the transmittance, we do ELs also at cell levels, the thickness of the cells, and the pattern inspections. I mean, it's this kind of things that I invite you all to visit our quality and our factories where you can see all these processes, okay? So I was mentioning this before. Now that the prices are lower, it's a common question that we are receiving. Hey, I am concerned about the quality. Are you doing something there? Of course, the quality cannot be reduced, okay? It's what I explained before. We need to warranty those products for 12, 30 years, okay? And reliability is crucial for that, okay? We are not playing with that, definitely not. It would be completely against us, okay? Against our brand and against our industry and it is completely no. What is the solution then? We are increasing the efficiency of the manufacturing processes. We are increasing the strength of the materials. For example, this zero busbar, for example, action, it's something that is helping us to reduce the amount of materials used in the modules, but we are not sacrificing quality. Even more, we are increasing the efficiency, right? So definitely the way is to keep on investigating, to keep on investing on research and development and look for cheaper solutions for our modules, not sacrificing quality, increasing efficiency. And that's the trend that this industry have been following always, especially GA Solar, which is probably one of the most conservative one. We have been always concerned about the quality and investing on those regards. More pictures that I would like to show you, right, of the check-ins of the quality that we are doing in our factories. This is a really common question, the static mechanical load, right? Several materials of the modules are included here, how the glass resistance, how is the frame resistance, right? We are changing the frame section to increase the capacity, the load capacity, even if some customers also approaching to us, hey, you are moving the thickness of your elements. How can you ensure the same limits for the mechanical load? Because it's not just about thickness or amount, right? It's all about design or engineering, right? Because if you change, for example, the frame cross section, you might be changing the capacity, increasing by using less materials, right? So it's all about research and development and engineering. Also, the hail test is also a test which is really common to hear nowadays, right? Because of the hailstorms that we have been suffering. And it's something that we can also act in this way. The glass should resist enough, right, for that. But we can work with special BOMs for special locations which are requiring more capacity of resistance, right? And now looking at reliability, we have implemented the quality then during the manufacturing stage. Now, reliability, how can an end user ensure about that, right? Well, here it's something that there are international standards, okay, in charge of ensuring what would be the behavior of the modules in the long term, right, in their lifetime. And further than these IEC standards that, of course, we own all of them, there are like aging and resistance, which are special test frequencies that are like stressing the modules up to other levels, right? Let's say, for example, the IEC 63209, which 1 year ago we were talking about them to check whether the TOPCon modules were reliable, right? And nowadays it's we all know that we are passing these sequences without further problems, right? Now it's something that all of our products they own, okay? And it's something that even we are continuously testing in our facilities, right? You can see how we have test chambers. We sample them. We continuously invest on research and development and test how it's the reliability on this long-term test, how these new materials are the behavior, right, here. For example, something that Stephen was mentioning, the UV test, right? It's something that we are continuously testing with using different wave types. And yes, we are reading different values on the PERC and the TOPCon. Still, we do not see a big problem there, and we have been testing even eight cycles, right, of this test on our TopCon modules. And well, but it's something that we are reading in the industry, and we have an eye on that. Okay. Of course, all certifications, it's something that we can provide. Which type of reliability tests are we doing to check this reliability? Well, it's something that also Stephen mentioned, right? And we are doing probably linked or in agreement with them, right? Sometimes we are using their facilities, or they are coming to our facilities to check these sequences with our climate chambers, right? For example, this IC63209, it's including damp heat cycles of 2000, thermal cycling of 600, and UV 60, right? The 120, which is 8 cycles, 60, it's 4 cycles. 8 cycles, it's something that we have done beside, and we are reading a good behavior for the modules. Humidity freeze, it's something that it's also, we are not seeing like something that could be compromising the TopCon reliability here. These are some examples of the results, right? The last one, which is the most exigent one, it's like 3 times. Yeah.
Hi, can you please wrap up in a minute?
Yes, I would say it's the last one.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I was just saying that the IC3 times, it's the most standard one, and you can see how the degradation is much lower, the threshold indicated by the IC of 5%. So concluding all the things that I'm explaining, the quality would be always super important, okay, crucial for us. No discussions there. We need to provide a warranty of 30 years for the modules. And we are continuously investing on the research and development to increase the efficiency while not reducing the quality and being able to be more competitive. Currently, the TopCon modules, they are fully reliable, and the qualities, they are ensured, right? So yeah, in any case, we are here to further explain to the customers or collaborate with entities to ensure that. So thank you so much for your time. Sorry, I exceed probably 1 or 2 minutes. So
yeah, 1 minute. That's totally fine. Thanks a lot. I actually do have questions, but I think we can cover them in the panel since you are staying for the panel. But meanwhile, please, enjoy the other presentations. And there are also some questions in the chat window. Please try to answer them while I move on to the next presentation.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.